There are two things about this budget that you must remember. One is that it is an account of the government finances for the year gone by, and two, it is a budget for how it's going to spend and earn money in the coming year. Now, given that it's both an account or an interim budget for getting a parliament's approval for expenses till the elections, the projections for next year are seemingly futile, because whichever government comes in, even if it's this government, they're going to recast the numbers. So to that extent, the estimates for next year don't mean anything, because these numbers, whenever the new budget is presented, the full budget is presented in June or July, will have completely different set of numbers. Now, let's deal with the numbers or the statement of accounts for the year gone past. If you look at revenue, the overall fiscal picture looks much better than what was expected at the beginning of the year. And that is primarily because of certain financial accounting methods used by the finance minister. He has brought forward revenues that were supposed to accrue next year, like dividends that is paid by some public sector units like Coal India. Coal India's dividends for 2014-2015 have been brought forward and been paid to the government this year. Secondly, he has deferred some expenditures to next year, which should have ideally been spent this year. And third, there are some one-time revenue numbers like disinvestment proceeds or proceeds from sale of spectrum for telecom companies that are one-time accruals. These will not happen every year, and these have gone to improve the bottom line. So therefore, fiscal consolidation still remains an exercise or a work in progress, and we'll have to see how the next government deals with this whole issue of bringing down the fiscal deficit, controlling government expenditure. There's another point that the finance minister made in his budget, and that is some of the indirect duty cuts that he's introduced for incentivizing purchase of motor vehicles, incentivizing purchase of capital goods and consumer durables. I think there is a concern that the economy is slowing down. Automobile sales dropped sharply, and the finance minister feels that by cutting excise duty, he might revive demand for automobiles or two-wheelers. The same goes for capital goods, because he feels that cutting duty, but in capital goods, cutting duties is not enough. I think the overall investment climate for manufacturing needs to be revived, and unless that comes back, industries are not going to buy capital goods. Lowering excise duty is not enough to bring back manufacturing growth, investment growth, or growth in the economy. So there is still a lot of work to be done, and as we started off by saying, most of the work will happen when the new government comes in and reworks the entire budget and places it in Parliament in June or July.